Okay, YouTube, Appliance Boot Camp, family and friends. I want to thank y'all for tuning in for Technical Thursdays. We're gonna give YouTube a few minutes to let everybody know that we're actually are live. If you hadn't already, I sent out the email through Teachable showing you the actual course schedule that we're gonna have for showing you the course schedule that we're gonna have for actual seal system webinar that's gonna be going on May the 30th. Also, if you go to the YouTube page, go to the community page, you'll see that it's an actual printout of what the class seminar is. You just open the picture in a different window and it'll explode up so you can see it. Also, you're gonna see that we got the TV mountain course. That's available now. So you go there and get it. They got it for a very, very good price, $300, and they even got payment plans you can do. And we're fortunate enough here right now. We got Mr. Lamar, one of our alumni, who actually put that course together. I'm gonna let him tell you all about the course and what you can expect from it. Hey, how you doing, Lamar, man?
Hey, Mike, I'm doing well. First of all, thank you for allowing me to address the ABC family. And for the ABC family, I just want to thank everyone for all your support, especially since, I took the boot camp in August of last year. And throughout the year, I've had a chance to correspond with everybody, reach back to Mike, just get the support I need to be successful. So I really appreciate that. So this TV mounting course is really all about adding my contribution to the larger picture. I think there's a great opportunity for people to make some good money if you're interested in it and maximizing the opportunity. So as Mike stated, release the videos. Actually, the editor completed the videos at midnight last night. This morning, we spent time uploading them and just trying to clean up the Teachable site to prepare them for you. But they are out there, they're live. I've had 3 people sign up already today. And so with the video, you'll be able to see the free intro that lays out everything we cover. But so we're going to cover, first we start off with the tools you're going to need to be successful. So it'll be your complete basic toolkit. We go through each one individually. And then we go through the template process. And that just basically defines how you want to wow the customer by clearly identifying their requirements up front and showing them what the end result is going to look like. So you take this big TV template, you put it up on the wall, and you have the customer sit on the couch, sit somewhere else, and you really immerse them in the process. And then you get them to give the thumbs up that this is exactly where I want it. So from there, you take the time to define the space you're going to put it in, and make the promise to the customer that, when I get done, it's going to be where we both agreed, or it's on me to take it off the wall and put it back exactly where you want it. So then we go to the different mounts that we use, and then we walk through the mounting process. And a part that I really like that Mike and I talked about up front is doing the in-wall power extension kit. That's very important. So like the TV I have on the wall behind me right here, sometimes you see wires just hanging down under TV, but we have everything behind. There's power up here. It goes behind the wall, comes down to the bottom, and the power comes out and goes into the outlet. That's really a crowd pleaser, I call it. And a lot of times if you're doing a basic TV mount, you'll just, recommend that to the customer. Hey, I can really clean this wall up for you. And, you go ahead and upsell them on that part of the process. Then after that, we're going to get into lead generation. And I spend a little time here and I show you the jobs and leads that we've done, but also we dig into the Home Depot Pro Referral, which, by the way, with COVID-19, those leads are free now. And I say free, meaning that they don't take any of your points that you've established when you go to Home Depot and buy something. So that's really a big deal. A lot of leads come through that. And then also Facebook ads. I go through and I show you one that I did, because recently I did an ad, and it was pretty simple, just a collage of about 6 or 7 pictures. It's on my Instagram too. But those pictures, all it said was, my favorite TV mounts. And it's like 7 pictures, but they're all top-notch pictures. And so I just had a guy, he just messaged me and said, hey, can you come mount 2 TVs for me, hide the wires, do all that? And I said, absolutely. But I asked him, I said, hey, where did you find out about me? He's like, hey, an ad just popped up on my Facebook. And, I decided to call you. So I'm doing his job on Monday. That's a $420 job. And then we go through Thumbtack. And so some people have some reluctance to use Thumbtack, but here's what I would tell you. Depends on what your strategy is. So my strategy on Thumbtack was to, number one, get as many positive reviews as possible on something that pops up when people do a search on my business. But number two, to use it as a gateway for other lead generating services. And so let me get into that piece for a minute for you. So when it comes to TV mounting, you don't have like a warranty company like Cinch, Choice, or I know Mike doesn't like the name Choice, so I'll use somebody else. Cinch or A.
No, you're good.
Or somebody else. But what you do have is you have third-party companies that are middlemen or middlewomen between the major retailers. Or you have one that I'm signed up for, which is Amazon Home Services. So if you go to Amazon and you check out after you buy your 75-inch TV and you say, I want somebody to mount it, then I'm one of the providers that you can choose to mount it. And I will tell you, there's a lot of people that buy products off Amazon, and those jobs come flowing through. And they're not just for TVs. I mean, they're for sound bars, they're for doorbells, a lot of things. So, you just got to figure out your strategy and figure out what your gateway is going to be. But I think where the big benefit for this team is that number one, I'm going to be personally involved in your success, meaning, I want to be part of whatever strategy you develop and to help you bridge the gap with some of these contracts, especially the Best Buy one and Amazon. And I don't know I do know. So some of the people that are on this live were part of the Excel spreadsheet that I sent up to Null Group because they're looking for different appliance and consumer electronic providers in their different markets. So I had them send me a spreadsheet 3 days ago, and I said, hey, just identify what are your high need areas, and they broke that down for me, and I have that list. So we'll talk through and go through some things like that because, like I said, I want to be part of your success and help you get those leads and learn from some of the things that I've done, and really to strategically prepare us for the high tide season. So October through December is where you're going to get 75% of the TV mounting, soundbar, home electronic type jobs. It's just a seasonal business. So it's kind of steady state throughout. And then all of a sudden it just starts spiking. And then once you hit day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, it just goes a trajectory just like this. And so last year I had a conversation with a third party provider because we were leaving meat on the bone. So there were jobs we just couldn't do, and they were falling to the wayside and they were getting pushed out for weeks on the schedule. So one of the strategies that I got approval to implement this year is once we get to that point, then I want to put a few teams out in my region. So looking at Cincinnati, looking at Louisville, looking at Indianapolis, those are my first three. And then, I want to have people trained and have, ex personnel who are going to go out and do the mount. So I'm going to co-sign it as making sure that they're trained and ready to go. But, let me help out in those markets with additional capacity. And then, so the last thing is that, also I do have an editor for the videos that we produced. And so with that editor, what it allows us to do is it allows me to let the students dictate what they need more clarity on or more information on, or how I can improve the course. And then since they have the master file that we're using, I can immediately, shoot my video. This is my actual lab, I call it, for home technology. So I can shoot the videos, mount whatever, take something apart, spend more time on it, do the edits, and quickly get that turned around for everybody. All right, that's all I have on Mike.
Okay. What you're gonna need to do, some people saying they're looking for the course. It's not gonna be on my actual Teachable. I'll put it in the chat. If you click the link that's in the chat, that should take you directly to the course. So click that link that's in the chat, and that'll take you directly to the course, and you'll be able to purchase it there. So the link is good. So just click that link I got in the chat. That'll take you directly to the course. And that was very interesting. We said about the Amazon. I didn't know that. So Amazon look and see in your zip code in your area, and if somebody go buy something off Amazon and they use you to install.
Yeah, so let me back up. So what happened was I applied for Amazon. They denied me. They told me I didn't have enough reviews. Okay. So then I went back to Thumbtack, got all the reviews, and then I uploaded that as my packet to Amazon. Then they approved me because they're real big on reviews. So I had like 3 Google reviews at the time, but that wasn't enough. So got that. And then they approved me. You know, I had to submit all my insurance paperwork and all that stuff. So they approved me. And then correct. Yeah, somebody checks out and then automatically I log into my Amazon database and they send me a text message. It comes to me to do the job. Then I just have to call the customer to schedule it. And then when I finish it, I upload my paperwork and they pay. And so they were paying at that time 7-day net.
Okay, that's good. Man, that's wonderful, man. Yeah, so everybody go out and get that course. That's a money maker. You make your money back in one install almost. You be home free, and by the time when Black Friday come, those TVs come out, they be flying off the shelf. You'll make a lot of money. So go ahead and do that. And Mr. Lamar, anytime you want to come back and do more, you got another course you want to drop, please feel free to come back in. And anytime, and our platform is open to you to do whatever.
Okay.
Any way we can help you out, please let me know.
Yeah, and the last thing I wanted to add, Mike, is so you know this is a crawl, walk, run kind of thing. So first we have the basic course because I want everybody to get the basics down. You know, you can take your own TV off the wall, put it back up. You know, I'll do video chat with you. Kind of we can walk through it together because once you get the basics down, you know, your time starts coming down, and you can reasonably expect that within an hour's time frame, you know, you can mount 2 65-inch TVs up on the wall on a basic install. Now, you're not going to hide all the cables and everything, but you're going to get it up on the wall, and you know, customers going to be happy. It's going to be level and stuff like that. But you know, so what we're looking at is through this course, we did the mounts, and then for the next update. Because hey, I'm using your model, Mike. You know, we're going to perfect this thing. Then it's going to have a lot more meat in it, and it's going to go up a little bit in price. But what we're going to do then is we'll have the fully articulating mount, and then we're going to do the in-wall power. But with the in-wall power, we're going to put the sound bar in the middle. So you're going to have the in-wall power behind the TV. It's going to come down to the wall. You're going to have the sound bar in the middle. So you're going to have the cords that go through that and the power there. And then you're going to come down to the bottom and then have the main power coming in. So, you know, once you start, and then we're going to look at the precision mounting. And I call it precision mounting because what happens is you walk in a house and then somebody tells you like exactly the measurements. They want everything, you know, so first of all, they don't have an entertainment center there. So they're like, well, my entertainment center is coming in, it's going to be 36 inches. So you got to mark that. And they're like, well, I want the sound bar 2 inches above the entertainment center. So you got to mark that. I want the TV 1 inch above the sound bar. So you got to mark, you know, so you got to perfectly precision. You got to have precision and place everything exactly where they want it. So that's kind of the level of detail we're going to get to, because that's where, you know, you can really add some additional or gain some additional revenue by, you know, doing those customer pleasers like that.
Okay, that's good. All right. If you get a chance, I guess some people trying to buy, I guess they're saying the enroll button, they having a little problem with it. So just get a chance to take a look at that. If you having a little problem, Lamar address it pretty soon. We just released it a few minutes ago. So if you go on to buy, give them a few minutes and we'll check out that enroll button and get that taken care of for you. But once again, somebody asking one question, Lamar, they want to know about what numbers could you expect in a business like this, as far as a big, say, a 65-inch TV install, about what numbers you could charge for that?
Okay, so, you know, based on your business model, but rough numbers is if you have a 65-inch basic install, and some 65 inches, depending on the weight, you know, actually take 2 people. If you have the lighter ones, you can do it by yourself. But I usually charge between 150 and 180 for a 65-inch. Then now on top of that, I have a little play because I try to get my mounts at volume, with a volume discount for my company. But, I always try to factor in a little cost on the mounts. So sometimes you can make a customer feel better if you hide the cost in the mount and you make them seem like they're getting a better deal on the TV install. But that's where you're going to be on a basic install. Now, when I do the in-wall power extension kit, usually on that, I'm going to charge somewhere between $60 and $80 to install that, because at that point I'm cutting in drywall, and making sure that's good. And they're pretty happy because they're saving money on having an electrician come out. So once you explain the cost of electrician versus me cutting into your drywall with the in-wall power extension kit, that becomes a very easy sell. And then sound bars, usually $50 to hook up and install. Not really install, it's really hooking up a sound bar. A lot of people don't know how to hook up sound bars. So that's another thing. So you can come out there with a pretty penny on a job if you do everything for them for their entertainment experience.
That's great, man. That's wonderful, man. And once again, thank you for tuning in, coming in on here. And like I said, the platform's open to you all the time. And I love to see y'all, man. I told you, y'all make to see the alumni come through and the stuff that you all are doing, man. It's amazing to see, and that's just so good.
All right, thanks, Mike.
All right, thank you. All right, all right. Once again, everybody, if you hadn't already, it's in the chat. I'm gonna put it in there again. A link. You can go go out and buy the actual course. The course is on sale right now. $300. It won't be there for long at that price, but if you want to get it now because the price is going up. As he start to add more value, just know that the price is going to go up. Just like everything, you want to get in now on the ground floor. Don't wait until it goes up. It goes all the way up. Then y'all be mad talking about you couldn't get in on the $300 deal. We want to get in. Want to get the deal later. All right. So today, what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the actual how I hired my subs. I'm getting a lot of people who always asking me about this. How do I hire my subs? How I hire my subs? And I'm kind of hesitant to do because what happened, a lot of times when I do this, it forces, I get a lot of phone calls from people who's trying to hire subs too early. Hiring subs, when you get ready to hire or bring in somebody, remember I told you need to have 3 to 6 months of working capital for yourself. Well, same thing, whatever those people's salaries are, you need to have 3 to 6 months of working capital for them because you don't want to bring somebody in and do like some of our family members have done us in the past. You go work for them, then at the end of the day, you try to get paid and they say, hey, I ain't got paid yet. I'll pay you when I get paid. You can't do that when you start bringing in subs. And you want to bring people in. And as soon as you get them in, if you have a slow time, you don't want to have people sitting around and don't have work because what's going to happen, they're going to leave. So you want to be able to pay them and keep them busy until you do have the work, and you want to make sure you do have the work to keep them busy. So you just don't want to bring nobody in if you ain't got the calls and stuff to keep them busy to actually go. And once again, there's two sides to this business. There's the business side. When you start hiring subs, you're not a technician anymore. You actually are a business owner, and you need to know that you need to have your policies and your procedures, all that stuff in place before you start bringing in subs. You need to know how to deal with the human resources side, because subs, just like you have issues with your boss that you're working for now. Y'all might be good friends and this and that, and y'all come to work. But once you come to work and you start signing the front of their check and they sign the back of that check that you give them, the roles reverse. It's not so much friends and stuff like we used to be. Now you the boss. So you're gonna have different attitudes and stuff you got to deal with. So remember, this is not for everybody to just come out here and say, "Oh, I'm gonna start hiring subs." It's a steps you need to go to before you get to hiring subs. So I don't want everybody come here jumping in. I'm gonna go hire subs. It's just, and another thing too, you need to know not only if you're gonna hire subs, you need to have at least one step, one of the two processes down. It's the technical side and it's the business side. If you don't know the business side and you don't know the technical side, you're gonna have to you can't hire subs because You need somebody to train your subs, and at the same time, you need somebody to train you on the business side. So you can't be unless you got a lot of money. Um, you can't do it. If you got a lot of money, you can then buy somebody that on the technical side. You can go out and take somebody else technician, bring them in, and use their knowledge and expertise to actually run the technical side while you run the business, get the business side up to par. And if you're somebody who's really astute in business, like you saying, some of the alumni that came through that's pretty good at business and hiring and managing people, well, they got that side down pat. So the technical side, they can go out and just hire technicians because they know how to run the business side of it. So they got one side of the equations done. But if you're somebody coming in, you don't have neither side of the equation done. You don't want that, and I don't want you going out hiring subs and then calling me trying to help your subs out in the field. I don't want to do that. If I was going to do that, I have subs of my own. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I actually what I've actually done and how I paid my subs. Everybody want to know what I need to pay people, how I need to pay people. Okay, this is how I paid my subs. And the reason why I went to subs from having employees. One time I had employees. I had probably about 6, 7 employees at one time. And what happened, like I say, first time in business, and I'm going to hire people. I went and got employees and doing everything like a big corporation. And I didn't know the more people you hire and the more salary you pay. So as you start to pay them better salary, so what happened? I brought in people and I gave them good salaries, and I had a lot of people making a lot of money with me. As you start to pay them more money, your unemployment insurance goes up in North Carolina, and your workman's comp goes up because what happened if those people get hurt, workman's comp now got to pay more money to actually get those people get those to cover the cost of those people getting hurt. And so now workman's comp, they worse than the tax people. They worse than the RS. They're gonna come and audit you and see what your payroll are. They want to see what your payroll is, and depending on what you estimated it was, if it's different, then they want that back money because they say that a workman's comp claim can go back, I think maybe 3 or 5 years. So even though you didn't have nobody who actually filed a claim, they say, hey, they got up to 3 to 5 years to file a claim, and we want our money. So they're gonna sue you to get their money they had. So I had workman's comp claim got filed against me. And then I had to let an employee go. And when you let an employee go, they went down and they filed for unemployment. Now you think, okay, unemployment, that's fine. I don't paid my unemployment insurance for that person. They off the books. No, when somebody file for unemployment, you gotta continue. You gotta pay them a portion of the money, then unemployment pay them the other bit until they find another job or until the benefits run out. And during that time, that's when Obama and them, President Obama and them, had to just say, okay, unemployment just gonna go on forever. So they just kept extending it for years and years and years. So what happened with that it almost put me under because I said I got these people. I'm trying to pay them a good salary, but the more salary I pay them, the more I'm going to have to pay out bills. And then North Carolina, they're so thirsty for money. Depending on what your unemployment insurance is and whatnot, and not only that, you got to do Social Security. You got to keep up with all of that, and you can't keep up with it. And with that, you got to have a separate bank account too to put that money in. Because what's going to happen, the state going to actually start to pull that money out. Depending on the amount it is, they're going to look and see, okay, he's paying this amount of money. We don't want to wait till the end of the month for him to send it in. You got to give us a direct link to the bank account so we can pull it out anytime we get ready. So you have to have a separate. I used to have a separate account that I put all my state deductions and stuff in, so they could just pull it. That's another thing too. If you got somebody that got child support, you in child support. Your business now responsible for paying their child support. So now you can send the child support in, but if it don't come in and if it don't get there in time, the child support agency then will start to subpoena your business for you to come in, and you have to go to child support court and start telling them, no, what happened. I said, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. So I got out of employees and I looked at Roto-Rooter, the big plumbing place. They don't have employees. All those guys are subs. And everybody kept telling me, well, you can't do that if you got so many people, and if you doing so if you doing so many of their call, if they're getting so many calls from you and this and that, you got to make them employees. You can't do 1099. I looked at Roto-Rooter and I said, I see what Roto-Rooter was doing. They're a lot bigger company than me. I just took their process and just mimicked that, and it worked very well for me. And the way I done it, I had a couple of ways I would pay tax. One, I would pay them per stop, and I'm going to show you one of my Excel spreadsheets that I use to actually pay them. So I'm going to share this with you all real quick. Okay. All right. This one right here. Let me see if I can. Uh, no, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna blow it up a little bit. See if y'all can see that pretty well. Let's see. I think you see it pretty good. Okay, so here we go. Right here, this is one of the subs I had, and with this sub right here, I paid him. I had a couple of ways I would do when somebody was first coming in. I could actually do them like a commission or hourly pay starting off. But when they first came in, I would give them like an hourly pay. So if somebody came in and didn't know anything, I would pay them $15 an hour until they actually got to a point where they can actually go out on their own. Once they got on out on their own, this is a guy who I trained. He's doing very well now. He's still doing appliance repair. But once they go on their own, I'll pay them on a per stop basis. And this guy, I broke it down. He had two pay rates. The first time he went out, so the first time he go out and diagnose a call, he got $50. That's where he saw that $50 right here. When he went back to put the part back on, that second time, I paid him 25. So for every completed call he got, if he done a first time complete, he got $50. If he had to go back put a part on, because he got the 25. So the total cost that it was costing me for him to complete a call is $75. So $75 is what I'm paying him. I'm billing out the third party warranty companies and all them 250. So you do that math. So what happened? I'm billing out 250 and I'm paying him 75. So I'm profiting 175 in my pocket to send him just sending him out calls. But he's happy because what he's doing like this day right here, he had 4 trips where he went out on the first time. And then on the set, he had 5 of them. He had to go back and put parts on. So he done 9 stops that day. So he had 4 that was first times where he went out and diagnosed. Then he had 5 he had to go put parts on. Right here's the hours that he worked. He worked 8 hours, and you can see he had 50. What's that? 325. No, excuse me. He had $325. So that's how much he made that day. He made $325 that day. I don't know how many people working in for a job or a company gonna make 325 in one day. So he's seeing that. They didn't see what I was billing out on the back end. So they looking at that. They making that's good money for somebody, just that doesn't have a college degree. This guy right here, this was actually Oliver. He had came over from Venezuela, and I trained him how to do appliances and got him up and going. But this is what Oliver was doing. The next day, he done 4 new stops, one putting on parts. He made another 325. The day after that, he done three new stops, one putting on parts. He made 175. So on the end of that week, he had made $725. The next week, and right here, my days they like today Thursday. Thursday is the first day of the next pay period. So their pay period stopped yesterday. So the pay period goes from today be Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They give me 5 days. And what happened? This spreadsheet that they see right here, they see this every morning when they wake up. They'll see how many calls and stuff they had. So that way, if they had anything that any discrepancies or anything, we can fill it. We can get it taken care of before the pay period was done. So every day they'll see the new stuff that they done, how many calls they got, and how much money they make, and they seeing where they are. He had taken 2 days off on that week. The next week he had five first time, one here, four, and he made 950 that week. That's just the way that went. That's the way I would do it. And what I would do, this money that you see right here, that 725, I'll just put that in my QuickBooks. I'll just put them down as a subcontractor, just like if I got a contracting job to do electrical work, and I had to have a plumber, I had to have a brick mason or somebody to bust through concrete, and then I actually bid the whole job, and I actually would bring in the plumber and the brick mason to actually, if I had to move pipes or anything, and I would pay them out the money that I got. That's considered a subcontractor. I don't have to have any uh, payroll or anything for thing for them for that. I just pay them just like their regular sub, and I would require them to get a banking account at Wells Fargo, and then I can use Zelle Pay, so that way I can do direct deposits, and I didn't have to worry about doing because if you're gonna do payroll deposits and stuff, they're gonna charge you a fee. Zelle Pay was free, so I could actually just transfer their money right to their account first thing Friday morning. So what happened? The subs they'll know how much they're getting paid tomorrow morning at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I transfer their money right into their account, so they have their account, and I did never have to see me. They got their money, they off and running. But this is the right here with Oliver. His first time he went out and diagnosed, he got $50. The second time he went out, he got $25. Now, if I got, I can change. I could go in and I could change these prices right here on this spreadsheet. I could change these prices right here, these amount to be anything. Some people, I have some subs, they get the same. They have $50 the first time they go out, and once they become real skilled and they're good, then I give them $50 the first time they go out, and I give them $50 and they go out the second time. Every time I give them a stop, they getting $50, so they get $50 each way. So that's what I do with people who've been with me for a long time. I just give them $50 each way. But what I do, I give them the $50 up front, and then I use this 25. Now I just keep working it up, maybe $5 a year until I bump them all the way up to 50. Once they got the $50 both ways, that was about the point where they actually doing calls on their own, and they just using me to fill in, and they actually running their own business. But I actually just bump up that 25 $5 every year, and they getting a $5 raise, and by the time 5 or 6 years, they on their way out anyway. All right. The next one, this is delivery. When I had delivery and installs, I used to sub this out. Now this one is one that's a little bit different. This is one that where I actually gave them commission or a base pay. They had to get a they excuse me, they got a base pay, not commission. They made commission once they got past their base pay, but they got a base pay because what happened when they were doing my deliveries, the deliveries they required them a lot of times they had to get box trucks. They didn't own a box truck. They had to rent a box truck from like Enterprise or Penske or someplace. And a lot of times to rent that box truck, it was like $100 a day. What I wanted to do, if I had just a couple of installs, I had to make sure that they made enough money that it was viable for them to actually to go out and rent that actual truck and not go in the hole. Because if nobody's gonna go rent a truck from you and go in the hole for you. So I had to make sure they had a base pay that every time when they every day that I had them scheduled for, or the days they tell me to schedule them for, that they had a base pay, so they are guaranteed to make enough money to cover their expenses, so they could break even. So with this one, their base pay was $37.50 per hour. So what happened with that? They'll work 8 hours. So 8 times 37.50, that gave me them $300. So $300 is two people on that truck. So two people on that truck, they're gonna the truck gonna cost them $100, and then each one of them will get $100 a day. If if they didn't, I didn't have enough work for them to go, and I had them scheduled, they were going, and they had rented a truck, they weren't going to go in the hole, so they were guaranteed to get $300 a day. And the way I done it with them, I done theirs not by stops but by appliances, because all of theirs are going to be first time completes anyway. Because they just doing, they're picking up appliances, dropping them off, installing them. It's not no going back. So with them, a lot of times you had 3 and 4 different appliances that was coming on that truck, and so I would give them, to the first appliance was one amount, and then each appliance after that I gave, it cost they only got a certain amount of money after that. So this one right here, the first appliances that they installed or dropped off, they got $60 for the first one. Each one after that, they got $10. So here we go. So this is this day right here. This day right here, they had six stops, and they only had one of those 6 stops that actually had extra appliance. So at one of those stops, they had more than one appliance. So their base pay was 300. They actually made $370. So they got commission there. You see commission. So that's their pay. They made 370. All right. The next day, they had 7 stops, and and they had at least 2 extra appliances on one of those stops, or one each. They had 2 appliances that was extra on a stop. So there they made 440, which is commission. That's 440. This one right here, they had 13 stops. They went to 13 different houses. They had 3 extra at some of them. They made $810 that day. They made commission. This one right here, they has another day that 7 stops, one extra. They made 430. This one right here, they had 7 stops, 6 extra. They made 480. And then right here, they what you call at the end of the week, this is what they made. They made $2,500.30. That's 2 guys. They just got some strong backs, and if you go to the warehouse, you see the warehouse workers. They just want 2 guys with a strong back, and probably only one of them had a driver's license, but they're really good, and they like to get out there and hump. So they would split that money. So at the end of the week, they had about after they paid their truck off. If they was renting the truck, they paid the truck. It cost them like 500. With the Penske, they got like a break on the diesel fuel and whatever. So at the end of the week, they're splitting right at about 1,000. They got $1,000 a piece to go out there and do that work. And they was working Monday through Friday, and they loved it. They loved it. And that's the way they done it. The first stop here, you saw they got $60. The second one they got 10. And way I done it, the way my contract was, uh, I with the way I done it with my contracts, I was like 125 per appliance. If they had sometimes if they had a bunch of them, I would give them a deal to get a sale done. It would be like $90 for each each extra one. So I'll get 125 for the first one, 95, 85. I could work those deals in. If they had to do like a conversion, that's another $100. They had to convert it from LP, from natural to LP. So that's what I would charge the stores back, and that's what I would charge people. That will go to my website. 125 first appliance, second appliance 95, 85, depending on how many they had. It kind of dropped down. So that way I could actually make enough money. So with this one right here, so they had 6 stops. Let's see how much they made. $370. Let's see how much I made. So let's see. 6 times 125. That's 750. Plus the 95 for that extra one. I made 845 that day. Uh, so the total bill was 845, and I'm gonna take away their 370. That's 445. So I made right at $500 off of that truck right there that day, and I had other subs. So let's go look and see what Oliver might have done that day. Oliver had uh Oliver had 9 stops. Let's see how. So that's 500 for that one, and Oliver had 9 stops. We just say 9 times 125. So that's 1,125 off of that truck. I paid Oliver 325, 800 plus the 500. And I had several, I had about maybe 4 or 5 different subs doing it. So that's $1,300 I made that day. Didn't do anything. Just woke up and just answer the phone, like I do now when people call and say, "Hey, I got an issue," I help them out. But after a while, they learn how to run their own routes. I don't even have to see them. All I have to do is just drop their route sheet in their Dropbox. They run the routes. They'll put everything that they need on Zoho. I order the parts, ship it to the customer house. The customer go back online, reschedule when they got their parts, and pretty soon I was out the loop. All I was doing was just really just monitoring this right here, monitoring their workload, and just pushing the cash where it needs to go. And I've done that for years. And that's how I done my subs. At the end of the year, I gave them a 1099. They were happy. I was happy. These guys right here, not many jobs gonna pay you $925, $800 a week cash, $950 a week cash. These guys right here, when they first came to me, these guys right here on doing the deliveries, they're making $400 or $500 a day, and now I mean $400 or $500 a week. To the point now they're making $1,000 a week, 1,200. And this right here, this is in January. That's kind of a slow time, in the middle of the summer when they building houses and stuff like that. They might have done maybe 3 or 4,000 one week. But yeah, that's how I done it, and that's how I ran my subs. Uh, okay, that's how I done it, and that's how I ran my subs. Uh, like I said, running subs is not something that any and everybody can do. That's something that you gotta know the technical part, because you're gonna, if they run into problems, you gotta be able to fix it. And also, when you running the subs like that, you gotta know the business part of it too. You gotta be able to deal with consequences, not consequences, but attitude. Sometimes the delivery truck, they see their route, and they might not want to go. Might not want to go to Wake Forest, and you gotta tell them, hey, you gotta go. They see they got they got 4 or 5 refrigerators that day, and they don't want to do it. You gotta get on the phone and push them and say, hey man, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go get it done. Otherwise, I gotta go out there get in the truck. I ain't going to get in the truck, so I gotta make sure that they go. And and if they have issues and stuff, you gotta call the customer and put out the fires with the customers. So it's a totally different ball games when you start bringing in subs and stuff like that. Somebody call in out of work. You got to reroute the routes. You got to spread them out so everybody, like I had like 2 or 3 delivery trucks. So if somebody one truck goes down, I gotta get their stuff off of that truck onto another one. I gotta go then and go pick up a truck. And I always kept a truck, box truck too. So if one of their trucks went down, I would actually go grab one of my box trucks that I had, and I'll take it out. They'll take it off, and I'll sit there with their truck until the people came and picked it up. So you gotta have all that stuff. You got if the truck goes down, that's another thing. If the truck goes down, you gotta have all that stuff planned out in ahead of time. How you gonna get it off the road? Who you gonna call to get? All that stuff gotta be planned out. So as soon as they call and they say, my truck is down, I say, where you at? And then the ball get rolling to getting the truck or van off the road and getting them on to their next stop. So all that stuff you gotta have planned. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and read some of the questions we got going on, and we're gonna get out here a little early, try to get out here a little bit earlier. Once again, I'm gonna put the link to the actual course for the TV Mountain. If you hadn't already, that's completed. You can go get the TV Mountain course. T Fitness say, hey, how you doing, Money Mike? ABC fam, hey, how you doing? Maurice says, hey, Mike. Okay, what's going, Big Mike? Hey, how y'all doing? Okay. Uh, is the phone repair on an online code? Yeah, the cell phone repair. Ontario has that as an online. So you have to go to his site website, and then you can get it from there. Okay. Ghana Warrior, hey, how you doing? YCP is the seal system, the HVAC. Now the seal system is just going to show you how to actually. The course is up. We just really showing you how to actually braze, how to remove a compressor, how to reclaim the refrigerant, and how to install a compressor and recharge it. So that's what we're doing. The HVAC portion of it, I would like once we start back meeting again to get y'all in here to actually show you that. Or maybe WWHVAC might put something together. He's putting together courses too. So if he's gonna do an HVAC course, I'll just let him do the HVAC and I'll just get out the way. All right. Oh, fix it. Hey, how you doing? Because we don't read. Hey, how you doing? Triple R Appliance. Hey, how you doing? BK from the Rockies. Hey, how you doing? Um, Okay, yeah, that course is up on Teachable now, so you should be able to see it. Some people say they had a little problem with the enroll, but give Lamar a couple of minutes to get it straight. Uh, okay, hey, how you doing? Roof Fitness. How do we sign up for the Seal System course? If you already paid for the Appliance Bootcamp online or the Appliance Bootcamp hands-on live event, the week before the actual May 30th, the week before the actual course, I'm going to send you all a link that you can click on to that bring you into the actual webinar, so you can go into it. All right. Okay. Because we don't read, sir, I've been blessed to, to know you all. Yeah, we've been blessed to know you too, man. Amarius Anderson. I don't know. Are you still here, Lamar?
I'm still here.
Okay, Lamar. They want to know. Did you ever work at Best Buy at one time?
Yeah, I did. My wife works for Geek Squad right now, but yeah, I did
Oh,
work
okay.
at one time.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. There you go. So you got somebody who used to work there. There you go. All right. YCP, the TV mounting course. Okay, yeah, go there and check it out. They said the link is good now. Somebody said it. All right. You answered the link. Uppercase G, hey, how you doing? Says she enjoying seeing the family building together. Triple R Appliance. Yep, it's okay. There you go. Nora Ingram. Hello, ABC family. Thanks, Mike, for the inspiring interview with Mr. Lamar of Home Technology Handyman Information on the TV mount course. Okay, thanks. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Girly Girl Appliance. Hey, ABC fam, Mike. Okay. Shimano File. What's up, ABC fam? Oh, Peter Bullock. Hey, how you doing, Peter? Good to see you, man. Glad you got in. Oh, got Mike Check in here too. Hey, how you doing, Mike Check? All right. Maurice Anderson says hard hiring people. Uh, yeah, the way I used to do it for my delivery people, my delivery guys, I used to at the delivery warehouses. You'll find out that they have the delivery teams. The best team get to choose the first route, and they get to get out on the truck first. So I knew where the warehouses were because we was picking up, and with me, I had to whatchamacall. I had to be the I had to wait till the actual delivery teams leave before we could come in because we kind of like a customer. The customer give us their information. We go there and we pick up. So I would get there early and see what because all of them when the trucks leave, they go to the same gas station. They go to Biscuitville or Bojangles and they sit down. Now see who the first team was to leave out, and that first team to leave out, that's the one I would go. I would go after and get. I would go there and actually sit down and tell them, hey, I can show you how to. I give you a chance to go into business for yourself, and tell them what I got to offer, and I'll pull the best team, and that's who I will put in. And the guys that done it for me the longest, they actually got their own delivery service, trucking, on roads. They're doing everything now, so they done very well. And as far as technicians, believe it or not, some of my best techs, uh, I got they came to actually do work for me or I went to their house to do some work. I'll go to their house and I'll be fixing stuff, and they ask me about the appliance repair, and then I'll start telling them about it, and then I'll find out they get been laid off, and they kind of technical and they interested in it, and then from there they actually came and worked for me and became my subs. Sometimes I used to go out to Jiffy Lube because if I really needed to get somebody, I'll go out to like Jiffy Lube or someplace where they change oil because I know those young guys there they like working with their hands. They don't mind getting a little bit of dirty. If they sitting in there all day and out there in the hot garage getting all the motor oil and stuff on them, and they know how to deal with people, they got people skills because they dealing with the customers all day. I would go to those guys and offer them jobs and let them know that, hey, I'll show you how to go into business for yourself. And I show them the money they can make, and I'll take one of those sheets and just show, hey, this is what my guys are making, and I'll show you how to do that. And I can pull those guys too. All right. Mike Charles, what's up, Mike, ABC fan? Okay. BK from the Rockets. I know so many professional drivers that don't get hired because they are in the rears for child support. Unfortunately, yeah, that child support, man. You hire somebody on child support, they got child support problem. They say, you be sitting in court for them. Yeah. All right, view tab. Oh, they couldn't see. Okay. I used to work for UPS. We made about $340 a day. Okay, that's good job. Good job. Perry Jones, Mike. They talking to Mike Check. Okay. WAJWS. How do you get around the no sub stipulation with American Home Shield? American Home Shield, they don't know. Long you're the responsible party for them. They tell you not to sub, but they subbing out. Everybody and I saw Roto Rooter was subbing out, and you're gonna be the responsible one. So if something goes wrong, if somebody go and say like they scratch somebody's floor, you're going to be the person who go fix it. The reason why American Home Shield don't want you to be the person subbing them out, because what happened, they don't want to get into the he said, she said. So a lot of times what happened, people will sub it out, and then their subs will go scratch the floor, and the company that got the contract say, hey, my sub scratched the floor. He got his own insurance. You need to go him to get it fixed. And then the customer is messed up. That's why American Home Shield don't want you to do that. But if somebody scratched the floor or something like that, I'm out there right there. I get you a guy who does flooring. I use Clayton Flooring, and I give him the number. I say, hey, call David with Clayton Flooring. Dave will come out and he'll look at it, and I can have Dave fix it. If you don't want Dave to fix it, you get your own guy and give them to give me the estimate on the price, and I'll take care of it. And then I get them to just sign a letter just saying, hey, they won't go on social media anywhere and say nothing bad, and you just get it fixed. And the American Home Shield happy and the customer happy. It's when everybody tries to escape the blame. That's when people get mad. All right, Mike, what would the minimum and maximum in charging for a dishwasher install? I got low ball on the Home Depot install. I charged the customer 150, and another contractor said 100 install and disposal. That's on you. If that's your price, that's your price. You tell them why. You can't compete on price. You tell them what you're doing extra, or your delivery. Far as when you come there, you in a clean vehicle, you in a uniform, you putting booties on your shoes, all that stuff. And because like I say, you don't care about the price. Uh, I can go to Golden Corral and get me a $10 all you can eat steak, or I can go to Roof Chris. Roof Chris is it's their delivery and all the other stuff that they're going to, and the same thing too. It's the actual community that you go into. If you go into a community that's a high end community, they're not gonna care too much about 40, $50. They're gonna more care about your delivery and your presentation. So once you do that and you get in good with like I got several high end neighborhoods that we're in good with, you can charge whatever you want. They're not gonna let nobody else come in. They want you. That's another thing too. If you get an exclusive neighborhood, they like to say that you only service their neighborhood. They jealous. They don't want you going everywhere. They want you just sticking around in their neighborhood. They want to be able to say that's our guy to come here. So you get an exclusive neighborhood like that, you ain't got to worry about it. And with me, what I used to do, Sears went away from the big box stores. They in the malls and stuff, and they went to hometown stores where they became like franchises. Those franchise guys, they don't make no money off no install. Sears make all the money off the install. They just get a slight little bit of money off of selling the appliances. They work really on consignment. Sears and them own the appliances that's in there. They sell them, and they get a little bit of profit off of them. Just really consignment. So they could do it two ways. They could do their own installs and charge whatever they want, and they can put it on the charge card and stuff like that. So with them, Sears were charging 150 for install. And so I go there and I say, hey, I do it for 100 or I do it for 125, and then from 125, the second appliance and third appliance, I do it for whatchamacall, I do it for 85, $90, and he make his money on the second and third appliance. So he gonna give me 85, 90. He's still gonna charge that 150 on the rest of them. And when somebody come in there, they're gonna buy the refrigerator, the microwave, the dishwasher, the oven. They buying all of that. So he's making all that other money on the back end, and I'm making a good killing on the back end too. He takes some meat off the bone, I take some off the bone, and then I leave some meat for my subs. And that's what we done. And I made deals with them like that. I would go to the no one time Lowe's and them used to be um Lowe's and them used to pay their guys commission off the installs and stuff, but they stopped doing that. They said, "Hey, we're gonna pay you $10 an hour," and so all the good salesmen left, and they just started bringing in these high school and college kids, and they don't care nothing about it. Who installed? They only there for 2 or 3 months. So I would go there and just give them my card and give them my website and tell them, hey, everybody that you send over here for an install, I give you 25, $30. Just send me your cash app. When you put the install, when you set the date for the install, just put your cash app and I'll send you money. So now he's there selling stuff at Lowe's or Home Depot, and he they want to get an install. He'll tell them, oh, we booked out for 2 weeks. Or he'll tell them, I don't know, these guys, I don't quite use them, but I use this guy. He got best reviews, and he'll send them to me, and I give him $25. And that's what I've done. I ain't have to worry about the price. Okay. Girly girl, Perry Jones, okay. Let's see what else we got. Oh wow, we got a lot of people jumped up. Okay. Uh, Here we go. YCP. What if he fixes it on the first run? What do you pay? He get the $50. If he fixes it on the first run, the first time he go to any house, he gonna get $50. If he had to go back and put a part on, he gonna get 25. Perry Jones Jr. Is the TV mount course free to everyone who is Nah, that's not my course. Nah, you can't get that one free. That's a totally different course. But I don't know, Lamar. Are you doing like something like a grandfather in, or somebody comes in on some course, or they're getting at this price and everything you add to it, they'd be grandfathered in on the TV mount?
Yeah, so the latter, meaning that you come in at this price, and like I said, we're just going to keep building this thing out and adding additional content. So you wouldn't be subjected to any higher prices as we move forward.
Okay.
At the original price.
All right, there you go. So you get grandfathered into the TV mountain course only, and he's adding more stuff into it, and you won't have to pay any more. All right, all right. So Codex, hey, how you doing? Girly girl, yeah, she answered that. Um, Bruce Grit, I want to enroll in your online course. Is it still available? Yes. You can go to my online course. Um, my online course will be in the description, and I'll put it in right here for you if you want to get the appliance bootcamp online. All right. General C appliance. How much can you pay someone to answer the phones and make appointments? With me, I use my nieces, and I use my daughters while they're in middle school and high school and college. And with that, I just paid them and my sister-in-laws, all the girls, all the young ladies in my family. They answer the phone and done office work for me, and I just paid them uh, when they was in middle school, like 150 a week, 125. They'll start off in middle school, 125, 150 a week to answer the phone. And then when they got to college, I think maybe 200 a week, something like that. They just went up. So you get a sixth grade, you get your little niece or something in sixth grade, and at that time their voice is not so much as their voice is starting to change, and it don't sound so much like a little kid answering the phone by the time they get to middle school, and they're mature enough to answer the phone and do what you tell them to do. And with that, if they making 125, $150 a week. Even in high school, they making 125, $150 a week, and they sitting at home and in front of their computer, just answering in front of the TV, answering the phone. That's good money. It's enough to get their nails done. Matter of fact, it would be enough. Even now, with my daughter, when she does it during the summer, she has enough money to get her hair and nails done, buy her school clothes, and still have enough money to make it until the next time she get ready to go back to work. And that's the same thing with my sister-in-laws and my nieces and them. They're able to do it. And then when they got out of school for different things, they would ask me, do I need somebody to answer the phone to do some stuff? Yeah, Lamar, do you use a virtual assistants?
Yeah, Mike. I do use virtual assistants.
How's that going with you now? I ain't done that in years. How's those prices now?
Yeah, so actually those prices are pretty good. And when I say good, let me be specific.
Mhm.
So I'm actually using two. One that does just all appliances as far as doing all the warranty work, dispatching. I have another tech, so dispatching the tech, handling all the customer service calls, and also following up on any leads that we get through our different lead sources. So for that virtual assistant, that's $9 an hour. I have a second virtual assistant, and she handles all. So she pretty much, did all the videos and stuff, got all that uploaded, handles all the home theater stuff. So that's at $6 an hour. But yeah, very competent. And I'll tell you what. So what's happening right now, just to be real about it, is with the COVID, you have a lot of talented people who are working from home, and have chosen to do that. So I'm noticing the talent pool is a lot higher and a lot more competent than previous, when kind of the market was the other way. Because the one I have for 9, she was actually a medical professional, and decided to get out of the hospital, and so this is just a way to supplement her income.
Wow, they stateside or they Philippines?
One's Philippines, the other stateside.
That's great, man. Stateside, but not. Matter of fact, I might go that route. I might go that route now. I know the prices that drop like that, man. I might go that route. That's great. Okay. Maurice Anderson, Mike, do you share your spreadsheets blank? Nah. You can make your own. I don't want to open up that can of worms and try to if I share them and people then want me to tell them the formulas behind them. I'm not going down. I'm not going down that can of worms. But yeah, you can just make them, and you can go. A lot of times you can find spreadsheets like that. Some people probably have them, but no, I'm not gonna. I don't want to go down that can of worms. Not to tell people how to write the formulas behind them, and they trying to change them and stuff. That'd be 24 hours nonstop. D Johnson, what's up, Mike? Exactly what type of refrigerator should we buy to practice the seal systems on? All right, the seal systems. I was gonna we're gonna have a list coming out. I was gonna have you go out to like Walmart and buy one of those little dorm refrigerators. Unfortunately, all the dorm refrigerators got R600 in it now. I couldn't find nothing new hit on 134A. So if you want to, you can go to like Facebook Marketplace or somewhere. Just find a cheap refrigerator or a free refrigerator. They got R134A in it, because that's what we're going to be teaching the course on with the 134A. If you don't have a refrigerator, you still will be okay with the course. The way we're going to do it now, we were going to do everything live, but with Zoom now having so many people on at a certain amount of time, it starts to sometimes it starts to throttle back, and you get a lot of delays, and they start to then freeze people's screens. So we happen to go at it a different route. The way we're going to do it now, we're going to be it's going to be pre-recorded, and Mike and I think I already say Mike check, but WWHVAC, Mr. Washington and myself, we're going to be in there, and we're going to walk through each process. And then if you have a question, we can then go actually I can go do it live here for you then. But I didn't want to put too much try to use too much bandwidth on Zoom and and the screen start to freeze. We're seeing that a lot now. So I don't know how many people we're gonna have in. I don't want to have the screens locking up, so it'll be videos y'all can see. And if you don't have all your equipment right now, the videos will be up, and it's gonna be very easy to follow and you'll be able to just do it at your own pace. All right. Patrick Young, what's good, Mike? What's good, ABC fam? Hey, how you doing? Juan, hey, Mike and ABC fam. I got in the chat late, but the great information I got so far, hit the like button, subscribe. Okay, thanks. Um, man, we got a bunch of people in here. Uh, okay. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna read a couple more, then we're gonna get out of here. Okay, because we don't read. Is it bad that I might start another business? Nah, go right ahead. I can't tell nobody that because I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I can't tell anybody that. Matter of fact, that might be my topic on Monday. Uh, I had a family member that told me I need to slow down. They were like, you're working too much, and you're doing too much. Just slow down. You work in 10 and 12 hours. And I said, well, I'm working for myself. I'm building my own business. I don't have no problem doing that. You need to slow down. You need to enjoy life. But then, a lot of businesses open back up. So their business opened back up. Their company that they work for opened back up on Monday. And when it opened back up, they got to go in now like 3 in the morning because they trying to catch up. They working from like 3 in the morning to like 4 or 5 that afternoon, doing like 12 hours. And 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 everybody were happy because they were working 12 hours. They for them, they was like, yeah, man, that's good. Y'all, you're gonna be able to catch up and make that money, and you working all these hours. You need to go out, get out there. That's real good. And I can't wait to, and I said, now why is it good for her or him to go work 12 hours for somebody else's business to get their stuff up and running? But if I'm doing that in my business, getting it up and running, I'm dumb. I'm killing myself. So yeah, I always start other business. Matter of fact, I might be going into another one depending on how things go in the next couple of the next week or two. I might be starting another one. All right. Uh, okay. Triple R Appliance. Is this a separate course that we have that we all have to pay for, or will we still be grandfathered in? Either way, I'm all in. Uh, what course are you talking about? TV repairs? Yeah, TV repairs is totally separate. Yeah, TV repairs totally separate. Top authority. Hey, Mike, uh, would you do a TV repairs to expand the appliance business? Would you do TV? I used to do TV repairs. I don't know. Lamar, you do TV repairs, don't you?
I do limited TV repairs.
Okay.
The challenge with TV repairs, number one, is, man, people don't want to pay the price for the time it takes to actually fix the TV. Now, number two, it's hard to get parts.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, a lot of people have these cracked screens, and I tell you, I don't even start on cracked screens. I just tell them, that's 90% of the cost of the TV.
Uh-huh.
You're better off just going to get a new one. And oh, by the way, you can't get parts now anyway.
Right.
So yeah, I leave that alone.
Yeah. I used to do them for rent a center and the rent their own place. And I don't know what's going on with on Mondays. I don't know if people got to fighting over the weekend, but everywhere you look, somebody threw something through a screen. Hey, it ain't even worth it. Just throw it away.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, now I don't do TVs anymore either. Patrick Young, Mike, I'm heading home now. I have already done my last day, and it's my time to work for myself. So glad to be out there out that truck. Congratulations, man! Congratulations, D Johnson. You guys rock, bro. I love what you both are doing. When is Lamar going to stop the grandfathering in process?
Oh, there's no stop to the process. It's yeah. If you're one of the first ones to invest in me, the content is yours.
There you go. All right. Patrick Young. Hey, Mike. Appliance Correctors LLC is on the way, and I'm negotiating with American Home Share right now. They sent me an application today. That's good. That's good. Girly girl. Congratulations, Patrick. Shimano 5. Hey, Mike. When you ask for a second opinion instead of saying they need a new appliance, do you still charge 125? Yeah, I still charge 125. Now let me tell y'all before y'all start going down that route. I shouldn't have said that. But yes, you still charge the 125, but you want to fix it. You want to fix it. You want to fix it as best you can. You want to fix it. Don't I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, you start the 125, but you want to fix it. Don't start cherry picking. Appliance flipper. And Jerome, how long does it take to mount? They want to know how long it takes to mount the average TV.
Oh, you said how long it takes to mount the average TV?
Mm-hmm.
Well, starting out, it'll probably take about an hour to mount the TV, but you're going to be so deep. I mean, you're so detailed, and you're just trying to get it right. And you're measuring it 4 or 5 times. The bubble's a little bit to the left. You're trying to get it, straight on center. But yeah, after you get your, I call it your battle rhythm. After you get your battle rhythm down, you come in, and 30 to 40 minutes, you'll have a TV up and have it looking good, and customers be very happy with the work you've done. Yeah.
There you go. And top authority want to know where you get your uniforms, and they need to see some ideas from. They want to see some. They, I guess, like your ideas for yours. Where you have a special place you get your uniforms?
Oh, yeah, I do. But all right, I don't have it on me right now.
Right.
I guess I could send it to you later, but I have a website. But
okay, yeah. With me, I just go to. I got a local embroidery person. Right. And I get them to do my uniforms, and I like the local embroidery because sometimes if I'm going to a meeting or if I'm going to a conference or something, I can just go buy me some shirts right off the rack, take them over there, and they got my stuff already set up. They can just put my logos and stuff on them and go, and I can have them the next day.
Yeah, that's my challenge, Mike, because right now you're right. If I order another vest, or another shirt here. It takes me a couple of weeks to get it.
Right.
So right. I need somebody. I really do need somebody local because I got to really pre-plan, to get my stuff. If I bring somebody on, I can't immediately get them, a uniform. So I agree. I probably need to change to somewhere local.
Yeah, that's why a local person, and I had a certain shirts that I use, and they would keep it in stock, and just and they whenever I was bringing somebody on, I would just give them a go.
Right.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Let's see here. Lady Phoenix Ministry presents. Do you use QuickBook or Quicken? I use QuickBooks. Matter of fact, I'm migrating to QuickBook Online now, but I use QuickBooks. Patrick Young, they networking. Triple R Appliance, ABC fan. We got 73 in the chat. Okay, yeah, 73 watching. Thank you all for watching. All right. Okay. Sorry, YCP said Total Home Protect owed them some money. Okay. DCNF put me on game about uniforms. Okay, I'm waiting on my uniforms. Okay, there you go. Mr. O. Mike, please, they want to thank you, Mr. Lamar. He said I have to mount my own flat T screen. Got the brackets. We'll put his course to use instead of paying Corey $200 for mounting 3 TV. There you go.
I like that. Good deal.
There you go. Great job.
Hey,
okay.
Mike, we can mount those 3 together. So hey, take the course, put me on FaceTime or whatever. We'll get those things up.
There you go. All right. I want YCP. Are you the young lady that was in Texas? I think. I think so. Okay. All right. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Mr. Lamar for coming in too. If you hadn't already, I'm gonna put the link again for his TV mountain course. If you go and purchase that course, it's very good. Like I said, right now is you can get in for the discounted rate, but it won't be there long because he's adding content to it. He's adding content to a day, so it won't stay that way long. You want to get in now while you can. Okay, appliance flipper, Lamar. What other courses you think you might be adding in the future?
Yeah, I just replied out there on the chat, but basically we're going to add the advanced mounting stuff I talked about earlier and the soundbar stuff, but also we do a lot of the Ring products.
Okay.
So like Ring doorbells, Ring floodlight cameras, that whole ecosystem. And then also I don't know if many people deal with, but the Harmony remote, which is basically just one remote that handles everything. Like you could push a button for movie and it'll turn the DVD player on, it'll turn the TV to the right setting, it'll turn the volume and, you know, stuff you want. So it's just like a controllable remote. But a lot of people have questions about that. So yeah, we're gonna go through that because that's a customer pleaser. You know, they have 5 remotes on the table. You just get a Harmony remote. You can program everything into the one remote. And like my daughter, I have her, you know, because we got one TV and the sound bar and everything, and she always changes the channel. So I got her, I got her picture on the remote. She presses the button, it turns it to Disney Channel, and it gives all her settings. And I want to watch ESPN. I press my picture on the button, and it picks back to ESPN and puts my sports settings and everything on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just stuff like that, you know.
All right.
Just crowd pleasers, I call it.
Okay, that'll work. That'll work. And YCP, congratulations. Like you're doing good. Like you're doing well. You need to call in one day, Miss YCP, so we can get your story. I thought that was you. I hadn't seen you in a while, but I thought that was you. All right. Once again, okay, top authority said the company I work with take 40% of all my work. They get me. Okay. All right. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank again for Mr. Lamar for putting in. They got one more question. I don't even know what this is. They want to know, do you have your CEDIA certification?
I am a member of CEDIA, but no, I do not have my CEDIA certification.
Okay. All right.
I have learned by doing.
There you go. All right. All right. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. If you hadn't already, that's where you can go purchase the TV mountain course. If you hadn't already and you want to get into Appliance Boot Camp, you can come here and purchase your Appliance Boot Camp. And we'll be back on Monday at 8 o'clock. I'll talk to you all then.